Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Keir Starmer really doesn't have a clue, does he? He's welcomed the fall of Assad's regime in Syria and says he hopes to work with the new regime once it's all settled. He said it's too early to start talking now, but he's hoping to build a good relationship with them. Yeah. The only problem is, of course, this new regime is actually on Britain's terrorist hot list. He wants to open up negotiations with terrorists. He's welcoming these people as the new leaders of Syria. Now, I don't think he understands how history works, because if you do not study history, you are doomed to repeat it. You had the Shah of Iran, and he was fairly cultured man, but he was a fairly ruthless man. He fell, and you got the mullahs. You had Gaddafi, a bastard, but he fell, and there was chaos in Libya. You had Saddam Hussein, another bastard. He fell, and there was chaos in Iran. Do you see what's happening here? Every time a dictator falls, there is chaos and death, because that dictator may have been awful, but he did hold his country in check. And it is his. It's always men. Nature abhors a vacuum. And when you lose the power at the top, what comes through is always chaotic and terrible. And it will not be good. This is Qaeda taking over Syria, and Starmer is welcoming it. Well, of course, he would. He hates the West. He is someone who loathes the Western ideal, and he wants it to fall. So, of course, he's hand in glove with these people, isn't he? He'll be over there kissing their asses, pumping our money into them. It was once said of Saddam Hussein, he's a bastard, but he's our bastard. And he was very useful when we had him fighting the Iranians. We were pumping the money in then. Yeah, it's a very weird thing. But now Starmer is like, yay, let's go and work with the terrorists that we love so much. What an absolute twat. Yes, Assad was a complete bastard. But it's better than the chaos that's now ensuing. They are ripping this country. There is going to be corruption. There is going to be brutality. Women's rights are going to be destroyed. And yet, Starmer doesn't care about any of that. And when women are banned from doing that, girls not allowed to go to school, women got to cover themselves up. And Starmer will be going, yes, but it's a good thing, because at least it's not Assad. Starmer needs to go. Any leader who praises terrorism is equally guilty of it. He's guilty by association. And that's what we have here. Civilians will suffer. Minorities will suffer. There were, until recently, Christians in Syria. But I guarantee within 6 months, there won't be. They won't have left, of course. They'll have been killed. And that's the sort of people that Starmer is praising. He says, Britain's got to do what it can. Britain's got to stay the hell out. He wants Britain to give aid. No, we don't. We don't want to give aid. The only aid we want to give is to the Israelis, because they're the only force in the Middle East that are in any way decent. Ultimately, of course, the whole Middle East is going to sink now. And it's going to sink because, for once, you actually have Israel and Saudi Arabia on the same side. Because the Saudis don't like Al-Qaeda and the new Syrian regime, and the Israelis don't like it. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? And what will the left do? Who will the left back? Who will the left back now? Oh, we're going to praise Al-Qaeda, are they? Are they going to go, oh, yay, flags, Al-Qaeda? Or are they going to praise the Saudis, where women are, treated so appallingly badly? The left will eat itself over this, and I just, for one, cannot wait to see it. And all these Gays, what's it going to be? Gays for Syria? Yeah, I want to see that. Al Qaeda, they do things to gay people that the gay people might not like. When will these people ever learn? So you have this Marxist in charge praising Al Qaeda, and you're probably going to get all the lefties in London marching, praising Al Qaeda, and they're all saying it's a great thing. Meanwhile, people will be murdered in their beds, in the streets, and the whole country will sink. Now, it's sad because Damascus is the oldest city in the world. The city of Damascus has been there 10,000 years. There is so much history in that city. And it's going to end up destroyed, removed forever, and lost because of barbaric, medieval, backward savages, for the want of a better word, who are going to destroy everything. And these are the people that Starmer is backing. Now, I bet the BBC will not be showing the brutalities. I bet mainstream media won't be showing the brutalities or talking about the brutalities that will happen, because their line, their official line is that Assad was bad. And so anyone who replaces Assad has got to be better, even if they're worse, because otherwise they will have looked stupid by saying Assad was bad. Oh, yes, these people are doing far, far worse things than Assad, but we were very much against Assad, so now we've got to praise these people. We've got to excuse these people. Oh, yes, well, these atrocities must happen to get them out of the way and all that. You can hear all that bullshit. This will be the argument that they use. The left will turn this around. And we're seeing it already. The BBC are doing it already. Sky News are doing it already. And, of course, with Starmer pushing this and the Labour Party pushing this, it's going to be official policy that Assad bad, whoever follows good, even if it is Al Qaeda and they're on the terrorist list. So there you go. Starmer, friend of the terrorist, enemy of this country, and totally oblivious to the optics of the situation or what people in this country see. The Starmer Droid 4000 continues unabated. Cock up after screw up after complete fuck up. He's running out of time and he's running out of road. And I think there's going to be people now seriously going to have to take him out and say, come on, Kia, time to go. Pat him on the back, send him on his way. Thanks very much. Speak soon. Goodbye.